And speaking of that team, now we shift to them. What do they look like without Duncan Keith? I think we were talking earlier that only Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane are really left from that team that won 3 cups in 6 years. So where does the future stand for them, Coach?
Well, I think they're pretty well good up front. I think they've gotten good young players. You look at Kubaluk, you look at DeBrincat, and with already
Kirby Dach too.
Kirby Dach and those guys. I mean, and Strome for a third-line center is not bad. So I think all of these. Pius Suter had a good rookie year. I think they're up front. They're okay, but I think they're setting something up to. If you've got Caleb Jones, if you have one Jones, why not go out and get another Jones?
There you go.
So, I mean, I think there's something to that. And, I mean, because that's where Chicago needs help is on the back end. They've known that for a couple of years. And maybe that's where they're going to go.
It's that transition of going younger. Their younger core, it's very similar to the Wild now, like where they're going with that younger core, the DeBrincat, with these guys are their core up front. Now they're trying to match that on the back end. And, yes, I agree with Coach on that. I have a funny feeling they're going to be taking a good solid run at the other Jones.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? I think he would automatically make this team a possible playoff team. They were so close this past year already, and that was without Jonathan Toews.
I agree. They're tough to play against. I mean, I know it's been 2 years removed since I played against them, but most of those guys are still there. And they're tough, especially in that building. And they make a couple quick improvements, and I think they'll be right there. And I think the Chicago people know that they don't want to be in a rebuilding situation for 10 years. That's not the way Chicago's built. They want it now, and I think this is the year that they're going to try to come out of it.
Can't wait to see. We saw last year they contended very well in that Discover Central Division. Now they're going back to the typical Central Division where they'll be with all the other Midwest teams. So
maybe they'll sign Suter.
Oh, my goodness. Can you
They'd
imagine? He'll go Nashville, Minnesota.
Ryan loved that.
And you know what? He's from Madison. How far is Madison from Chicago?
He probably grew up a Blackhawks fan.
It's probably a little closer than it is from being from St. Paul.
Definitely closer.
To Madison.
It's definitely closer. Oh, very interesting. Okay, we'll just throw that out into the universe.